The Search for Odin by Shani Oates is the third and final issue in the trilogy, which Shani Oates is calling the Odin Trilogy. And that Odin Trilogy is just one of the installments in a wider series called the Northern Otherworlds series. And this is by far the thickest of the three books. Here they are side by side, so you can see what they'll look like on your shelves. And I mean, it's extraordinary. This series is absolutely extraordinary. And what I really, really like here, these are all the collector's editions. There's also the standard editions, who are all really consistent. They all look quite similar, just different colors. These ones, these collector's editions, I really like because they've got different types of leather involved, and different textures, and I think that they actually look really great, and again consistent despite their differences, all together like that. So yeah, you can see here that these are beautiful books by Anathema Publishing. Now, this particular one came out a little bit after when it was expected, and that's because Anathema Publishing care very, very much about the quality of their publications, and the result of this little extra weight has meant that they are absolutely flawless. These books. Have a look at this lovely gold stamp Odin head on the front here, the embossed leather, which looks very, very nice, really tight, rounded back to the book over here, and when we open the book, it just lays just very, very easily flat, because they're Smith sewn pages. Very, very lovely. So in terms of the quality of the book, we're at the top here. You know, this is Anathema Publishing at its very best, and an absolute delight to read. The paper is super silky. It's very nice and thick stock. You know. Are we gonna? I always struggle with this part, don't I? There we go. You get an idea, maybe. Yeah. Very, very thick stock. Let's get back out here. And we have illustrations. So let's have a quick look here if I can find you some parts are more profusely illustrated than others, depending on the area that's being investigated, the area that's being described. You know, whether it's talking about the source for the information that Shani Oates is sharing with us here. Well, a lot of it, of course, is extrapolation from actual archaeological discoveries, and a lot of it is from the most profound research that I've ever seen on this subject. It's really, it goes into so much depth, and she shares with us information that I've never seen elsewhere. It's fantastic, and she gives us our sources naturally. Yeah, every single page is replete with footnotes. Yeah, she is a very thorough scholar. And what I will say is that, having read some of Shani Oates's earlier works, for example, The Devil's Supper, I'll say that she has pared back a little bit the completely impenetrable language, which I must say I struggled with the first few times I read some of her books, but that doesn't come across quite as much here. There is still, the information is still as dense. You'll take a good afternoon to read a paragraph and fully take in everything that it's in fact saying, but it's easy to understand, if that makes sense, right? I think she is possibly taken on board the information that some people are really struggling with some of the vocabulary. What's nice is that she hasn't completely removed the interesting vocabulary, and so you still get to learn a few words here and there. It does help to have access to the internet, possibly, or if you're a bit more old school, to a dictionary to find out some of the words that she's using, and invariably it'll be of great use to do that. But what I'll say finally is that if you are interested in the Norse tradition at all, you'll be very, very hard pressed to find something as thorough, as wide-ranging, and as interesting as what Shani Oates has created here. The entire trilogy is an absolute gem. I would imagine that anyone who's got any interest in Norse mythology and Odin as a whole, will be very, very interested in the information that's contained here. Yeah, this is top quality stuff in a top quality binding. Just exactly what this kind of work deserves. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Yeah, how many pages? I mean, this is a massive work. Yeah, over 400 pages. Yeah, 435 here. We're coming to 446 before we get to about the author. Yeah. There we go. Shall I show you what the page of contents includes? Oh, this is nice. This is the signed card that comes with the limited edition, which is really lovely. The collector's edition, I mean. Yeah, Northern Otherworld series. So I'm really hoping that really does mean what I hope it means, which is just more on slightly different topics, right? This really has done Odin justice. There's no question. These three books. So here are the titles of the various sections and chapters that you'll find inside here. There is one last thing that I wanted to show you, and that's these end papers. I know that Anathema Publishing made a quick video the other day, but they only showed the end papers like this. You can tell that there's something special about that at this distance. But let me just zoom right in here, and I'll show you what's going on. Isn't that lovely? And that's real 3D. That's not just painted on. That's actual texture right there. Isn't that beautiful? Really, really lovely. Yeah, as I say, really doing justice to to this book. And yeah, the texture of this cover is just so nice and interesting. Yeah, really, really good. Beautiful if you can get a hold of one. Of course, these collector's editions, I believe they've sold out. Not 100% sure about that, actually. I will leave links down in the description so that you can check that out for yourselves. But it's definitely worth knowing about. just in case you find one second hand. But the standard edition, I think I've done a review of a standard edition of the Wolf's Head. If you check out my review of the Wolf's Head, you'll be able to find a closer look at the standard edition and get an idea of what those look like as well. Also, just equally delightful, absolutely beautiful, just with a cloth cover rather than a leather cover like this. Very lovely. Okay, that's it from me for today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you haven't done so already. And I'll see you very soon with another video. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.